Okay, I had a request for this song by Sly and the Family Stone, and I'll admit I was not familiar with this song until he emailed me, and I gave it a listen. And what a really cool, really cool song. It's got a great jazzy beat to it. So, anyways, let's jump into it. I'll play it first so you can see kind of how I heard it, and then let's kind of go from there. So I'm hearing this. I'm hearing. Okay. All right, let's get started. The first chord is B minor 7. You can play it, normally when you would play a B minor like bar chord, you would bar the 7th and then ring finger on the D string of the 7th, A string on the 7th and D string on the 7th fret as well. So if you lift up your pinky, that's a B minor 7. But another way to play it, I'm just lazy when I play, so I prefer to do it like this. It kind of gives it a different voicing. So to do this way, it's still a B minor 7. You just put your middle finger on the, that's the B note on the 7th fret, and then kind of, let it rest down to where you can mute the A, so you don't hear the A. See, the A's muted. And then you put your ring finger and basically bar the rest of the strings. You don't have to hit the top E if you don't want, but it's kind of nice because you can do it, sometimes hit the top part of the chord and sometimes the bottom and get a really good groove like that. Or just strum the whole thing. Lots of things you can do with that one. And you can, move that chord anywhere, it's just like a bar chord, so wherever the root is, you can play that. Okay, so it goes from that, he's heading up to A, he's starting on B and he's going to A. To that the same chord. Now, the strum pattern for this song, you'll just have to listen to it. I don't count or do anything like that. It's just something you have to feel. And obviously, this type of song, I'm sure that your pattern will change over time, especially if you're going to be singing it. But it's kind of like that song Badge by Cream. If you have a chance to listen to that, it's got that same kind of, and this is kind of how I'm feeling it, which is kind of got that little bounce to it. Okay, so we're going from the B to the A. So if you want, you can on your way to A, stop by over at B flat's house real quick. So if you want, sometimes you can, sometimes you don't. I know when I play it, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And that goes for any time. Anytime you're playing a song, because there's a million songs where you're going to be playing a major or a minor chord off this string, and when you're going up you can hit that along the way. Okay, so B minor 7 to A minor 7, and what's cool about it, if you learn this shape, the next chord is going to be a D9. A lot of people call this the James Brown. And it's the exact same, well, pretty close to the finger that you just had on the A. You just move everything down. You move your middle finger to the 5th fret and your ring finger to the A string, and you move your ring finger to the G string of the 5th fret. And then you put your index finger on the root that you're looking at is D, which is right there on the A string on the 5th fret. That's where the root is. So middle finger there, index finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and then your ring finger basically pushes down the rest of them. And you kind of just mute the top string with your middle finger, just have it touch it and it won't ring out. Okay, so we're going to go to that D9, or James Brown, to a G7. And a G7 is just like a normal bar chord with G being the root right there. Your normal bar chord, just lift up your pinky. ta-da, now you're G7. So where you got. And this is an F sharp something. I really honestly don't know what you would call this. It's kind of like, I don't know. Anyways, someone that knows out there. Anyways, the way I'm fingering this sound is my index finger is on the F sharp, which is the 2nd fret of the E string. And I'm skipping the A string and muting it with my index finger. My middle finger is on the D string on the 2nd fret. My ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the G string. And my pinky is on the same fret, 3rd fret, B string. So the first time through, he does that. So that's the intro. The cool thing is there's only like 2 different parts, basically the same entire chord progressions throughout the entire song. So it makes it really easy. So we've got. So you get to the second time through, you get the same exact chord progression, except when you get to the G, instead of going to this, he's actually going from like D flat to C sharp. So he's basically just going, he's going from D to C sharp. So you could play that a bunch of different ways. Like a voicing that I kind of like is, you know, when you make a major chord off of this B string, you've got C sharp is right here, which is where he's landing on. So D is here. So I'm kind of looking at those 2 as my roots, and I'm just going to play it like this. So just, let's see, bar the 7th fret from the A string down, and then put your middle finger on the 8th fret on the B string, and your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string. That's what, and you just slide it up, going towards. This finger is going to be on the root, which right there, we're going to da 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 right there. So we're going and that's it. That's the whole song. Okay, so here's the second part. It would be. So you can just kind of make it your own, and that's pretty much it. That's the song. And then when you're doing little things as you get used to the song, you know, at the end there, you can pick any D to C sharp anywhere. You can just go if you want to do that. You can do it anywhere. So you can kind of mess that around and just even just play like a couple strings of each, you know. Try different voices and see what sounds good. All kinds of different ways. And one last thing, I don't know if some of you out there already know how to solo or kind of watching the videos I've been doing. This song is a great song to practice your soloing in B minor, which is all the shapes that, you know, on the solo part of the things I've been doing, how we started on the 5th string. Everything is the exact same, except you just, now that's your root instead of here. So it's the same. Same thing, B minor. So you'll see, oh, and also, if you listen to the recording is in E flat, which means he's tuned down a half step. So if you're going to try to play the recording, it's not going to sound right. You would either have to move everything up. So instead of starting on, you know, this would be, instead of this being B, this would be B, because he's tuned down a half step. So everything would move down if you're going to do it to the recording. Or if you have a computer program like the one I have on my computer, it will put you in E flat and you can play it that way. So, a great song. Practice your soloing over it. So if you were going to solo to the record, instead of that being your root B, it would be here. It would be on the 6th fret, and everything would be the same.